And the top progressive group of this country calls Rahm Emanuel the cancer of the Democratic Party. The leader who said that joins me in my playbook. It's time for Rahm Emanuel to go home. Chicago Mayor Richard Daley's not running again, and Emanuel is on record saying that it's the job that he's always wanted. I think it's perfect timing. Rahm's job at the White House has pretty much run its course. This is a guy who called liberals, quote, effing retarded, and then allegedly blew off the auto workers, saying that well, F the UAW. I mean, who needs friends like that? The Progressive Change Campaign Committee called Rahm a cancer on the Democratic Party. Now, I don't think that he can get out of Washington fast enough. And this morning, Obama advisor David Axelrod said the White House is prepared to fill his shoes.
No one is indispensable, and if that's the direction he decides to go, there are many here who are ready to fill in the breach.
Adam Green, co-founder of the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, and Jonathan Alter, MSNBC political analyst and Newsweek national affairs columnist, joining us on this story tonight. Adam Green, you're adamant about getting Rahm Emanuel out. Why?
Well, this is a big moment for the Democratic Party. There are basically two schools of thought among Democrats. There's the bold progressive school of thought, which says when the public is on your side, when Democrats and independent voters overwhelmingly support a public option and taking on the insurance companies and taking on the Wall Street interests, you win. You fight and you win. That's the way you do things. And if Joe Lieberman stands in the way, you use the power of the bully pulpit against him until you win. The Rahm Emanuel school of thought is a little bit different. They don't really like to fight too much. They want to invite the insurance companies and the Joe Liebermans of the world behind closed doors and say, regardless of what the public thinks, what do I need for your vote and your support? That's not a winning mentality. And our message for Democrats in 2010 is, look, for 2 years, we followed the losing Rahm Emanuel school of thought, which says, don't fight, cave. And look where it's gotten us.
Jonathan Alter,
really
your response to all of that.
A fighting mentality at this
Jonathan,
point.
your thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, Rahm Emanuel didn't get us anything. Only the most significant piece of social legislation in 45 years, since Medicare and Medicaid in 1965. Look, you can blame Rahm Emanuel for his mouth. I'm not going to defend the stupid things that he said. You could say that he's more moderate or conservative than progressive Democrats might like. That's all fair comment. But to say that he didn't get it done is just inaccurate. You know, when I interviewed Rahm Emanuel for my book, The Promise, last year on this very, very question that Adam just addressed, he said, yeah, we could do it the progressives way. We've only been trying that for 75 years and failed to get universal health coverage, which has been on the Democrats' agenda since the time of Franklin Roosevelt. The only way, he argued, to get something done was to get buy-in from the interest groups. Now, you can say that that's not pure, that that's a sellout. You can use all sorts of ways to characterize it, but that's the way you actually get something done.
Adam, what do you think
There are now 30 million Americans who are going to be insured, have health insurance because of this.
Adam, what about that?
Look, I respect Jonathan a lot. If he's on TV, I turn up the volume. I'm interested in what he has to say. But on this, he's a little bit wrong. Look, in Joe Lieberman's home state, people wanted the public option by 3-1. In Olympia Snow's home state of Maine, people wanted the public option by 2-1. Did we see Barack Obama do what he did today in Cleveland, where he went to their home states and used the full power of the bully pulpit to rally their constituents against them until they caved? No, he didn't even try. When he addressed the Senate Democratic Caucus, he didn't even mention the public option. So look, Jonathan, we don't mind if Democrats fight and then have to compromise. But when they give up before even fighting, that's the problem. And that's why Rahm Emanuel has to go.
That's an interesting tactical debate that you can have. But just on the Joe Lieberman question, I mean, I have a scene in the book where Rahm Emanuel is, really ticked at Joe Lieberman for backing off on the Medicare expansion and torpedoing health care in the 11th hour. The guy was working day and night to get this done.
Jonathan,
so to call him a cancer is, it's pretty unfair to a guy who's been doing a lot of good, getting a lot of legislation through the sausage fest.
All victories are not created equal. Some victories are better than others, and just putting a W in the column is not superior to getting a progressive victory.
It was a big one. It was better than nothing.
Who should replace him as chief of staff?
Better than kill the bill. That was ridiculous.
Adam, who should replace him as chief of staff?
Well, Ed, I think we need North Dakotan as chief of staff. My first choice, honestly, is you. But if you're not available, I actually think...
Not available. I got too much fishing to do. All right, what about it, Jonathan?
Wait. I do want to float one name, though. Yep. I do want to float one name. The guy was on your show earlier today. Byron Dorgan comes from the prairie
That's all I needed was a name. Jonathan, your thoughts?
Well, I think, I'm more interested in trying to get a sense of who it actually might be rather than my personal choice.
Okay.
The names I'm hearing are Valerie Jarrett, Ron Klain, Tom Donnellan. So I think it might be one of those three.
Gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight.